A tired man working in an office stays alone at work until late at night. He needs to print out a pile of important documents, but the printer is malfunctioning. He gets nervous and taps his foot on the device. Finally, the printer prints out the next page. However, it does not show what he expected. He receives a sheet with a large black circle in the middle and looks at it in amazement. Then he puts the faulty page away, opens the printer cover, and tries to figure out what caused the malfunction. But there is nothing wrong with the printer. He looks at his watch drowsily, finishes his coffee, and places his empty glass on the black circle sheet without looking. The glass disappears without a trace. He is perplexed and decides to figure out where the glass is gone. He squats down and puts his fingers on the black circle. The circle begins to vibrate loudly. He is startled and looks around, but driven by curiosity, he brings his hand even closer. His hand freely enters the circle. He thrusts his hand deeper and pulls his coffee cup out of the black hole. Both the hand and the cup remain unharmed. He sets his glass aside and picks the paper up. He slips his hand inside again. His hand disappears into the hole but does not come out of the back of the sheet. His fatigue is eased, and enthusiasm is awakened in him. He holds the sheet up to the edge of a snack machine. Looking around cautiously, he slides his hand into the black hole. The unbelievable happens. His hand passes freely through the machine's glass, and he pulls out a Snickers bar. He chews the Snickers with gusto and wonders what else can be done with the black hole. His gaze stops at the door to the next room. He walks decisively to the door and puts the black hole next to the handle. Then he runs his hand into the hole, fumbles for the lock from the inside, and opens the door without a problem. He sees a safe in the dim flashing light. He dares to go up to it and do something he never dreamed of doing before. He puts duct tape on the sheet of paper, squats down, and secures it to the safe door. He carefully runs his hand right into the safe. From there, he pulls out a thick wad of bills without any trouble and can't believe his luck. He breathes heavily and can no longer stop. He pulls out more and more stacks of bills from the safe. His forehead is covered in sweat, and greed and insatiability are taking him over completely. He falls to his knees and feels a literal animalistic excitement from his actions. There is no way he can reach the wads that lie in the depths of the safe. He is drooling with exertion. He forgets about everything, loses his decent appearance, and gradually sinks into the hole with his whole body. The hole completely sucks him inside the safe. Immediately afterward, the piece of tape that held the sheet of paper together is peeled off. The piece of paper falls from the door to the floor and folds in half, so the black hole collapses. He remains behind the locked safe door, pounding on it from inside in despair. But there is not a soul in the office because it is late evening and the employees have long since gone home. All that can be heard is the monotonous sound of the printer running.